Hey there, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. But today we are doing the little Lenormand spread to pick up on some of the solstice energy and how it could be affecting your life and how does it open the doorways. And so I don't know if you've ever seen one of these readings before, but since this is a June reading, it does count. So be sure to comment on this, and it'll act as a entrance into the drawing that I'm doing for the reading that I'm giving away, which will be very similar to this. It'll be mostly the same. It'll definitely be the Lenormand cards, and it will be some decks. It's going to be based on your question. So make sure you comment on it, and I'm going to do the drawing on. Wow, that was super fast on July 1st. And let's just see what we're talking about. Oh, this is this is crazy. If you are involved with a Aries, this might have some sort of a similar message. So either you have Aries in your chart or you're involved with an Aries. But let's take a look and see what we have going on here. If you've never seen one of these readings before, this is how I set this up. This is past, present, future. Past. You can't change the past. It's already happened, right? But we learn lessons from the past. That's how we get our wisdom. So paying attention to the past can help you make changes and adjustments in the current. And the current here is the solstice energy. So like right about now-ish. And then the future. The decisions that you make now affect the future. You influence the future. You can't completely control anything because you're co-creating with the divine, but you can certainly make an attempt at it. And this is your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. And so this center card here, though, this is the key to the situation. So we'll get to that in a second. First off, the overall energy is cutting something out. And now it has to do with the tree. The tree could be cutting off a family member. Absolutely it could. It could be health related, though. So maybe you're going to make a choice to cut something out that's affecting your health. So like stop smoking. Right? Or it could be some kind of surgery to cut out something in order to improve your health. It could be cutting off a relative, though, easily, just as easily. So let's just see. The key to the situation here is, all right, I'm thinking more and more along the lines of some kind of surgery for health. The key is that there is all these doubts and loss. There's a loss. So maybe something's been going on and it's been making you feel like your life isn't, that you're not having the best quality of life issues. So it could be something like that. It could be a relationship that you're cutting out because it just feels like there's just all kinds of loss involved with it and doubts and you're feeling neglected. All right. So in the recent past, you were confused about a new beginning. You were confused about a cycle. Something was changing in your life and you weren't sure exactly where it was going to go. You were trying to get more information on this change to figure out what you can do to help influence it. In the present, you're thinking about, I want a transformation that brings me sunshine and happiness. So you could be moving. This could absolutely be you cutting out like your hometown and moving to a new location. It could be that you think that if you have this surgery, your life is going to be so much better. If you get rid of this relationship, your life is going to be so much better. This relationship, because it's the tree, it feels family. So it could be a spouse. It could be cutting your kids off because they keep stealing money from you. Maybe you have maybe you have a child that is stealing from you in order to support their addiction, and you're like, this just keeps cycling around, and the only way I'm going to find any relief from this and stop this loss is I'm going to have to cut them off. Like it feels codependent to you or something like that. Like I have to put my foot down and take care of me, and yes, you should. You should always take care of you. In the future, you feel like you are moving ahead over a long distance, and this is in wealth. So I think whatever you're cutting out, you feel like it's going to improve your financial status. Drastically, it's going to definitely change it. It's like a big move forward. So maybe you work in the family business and you're like, I could make so much more money doing something else. Or You know, this tree is stability. It has a lot of roots and it has a lot of limbs. And so what if you're in the military? And you decide that you need to get out of the military because there's an opportunity out in the private sector to make a lot more money. Could be that. In the recent past, you were feeling very confused. Very confused. You were like, I'm losing money here because it's in the house of the mouse. I'm losing out. There's things disappearing. I'm confused about how this is happening. There's loss. I have all these doubts. I don't know what to do. Now you're like, no, I really think this is for real happening. Here you were thinking it was. Now you're sure. In the future, you're open to receiving information and ideas. Your heart is open. Because that's in the space of the heart, and it's the yin energy of a female. And so the female in a general reading is about being receptive and receiving, and so your heart is open. You know, I feel like maybe if you're cutting out a relationship because it just hasn't been doing for you what you needed it to do, you are not going to let that stop you from leaving your heart open to receive love in the future. You are moving on. You are moving forward. You're heading toward abundance. And the abundance, it could be money, but it could be love. The heart is open. That's beautiful. Okay, in the recent past, the actions taken. This could be a transformation, like shedding the skin. This could be bitching, fighting, arguments. Oh, gosh, Aries had this in the same place. So again, I say, if there's a correlation with Aries in your life, a connection, you guys could be dealing with something here as a couple, either as teammates or partners in business or home. Transformation needed to happen. Healing, and the snakes also represent healing. So it could be physically healing a relationship. Emotionally healing a relationship, or physically healing your body if there was a problem. Because again, I'm not sure if there was surgery involved. Currently, there's an abundance of information and energy coming into you. Like this is the house of the writer. This is lots of information coming in really fast when we have the fish there. Could be about money. And it's going to cause a deep transformation. Okay, so another thing is that an older family member could be dying and leaving you a lot of money. Because this is health, this is money, this is death and transformation. But with the scythe here, with the family tree here, definitely could be that. And if that's the case, I'm really sorry. Because I bet any money, you'd rather have your family member than their money. So leave your heart open to receiving messages and information. If you have had a loved one pass on, then by leaving your heart open like that, you can definitely connect with them and on a spiritual level. Right now, you're just feeling like there's a lot of loss. All right, let's get some guidance on this. Okay, so what I'm looking for here is some information on how Gemini can handle this transition in the best way possible through their heads. We have Unfinished Symphony and To Be Fair. Well, To Be Fair is all about karmic justice. Unfinished Symphony is about if you want to bring the karmic justice in, if you want to bring a fair and equitable solution in, generally there has to be communication. Like you need to talk. So you just can't cut somebody out of your life and not talk to them and have that story finished. And you don't want to leave yourself with an unfinished symphony. I mean, if someone has died and you didn't get a chance to say goodbye, that would feel like an unfinished symphony. But if you want to feel balanced and you want to complete the story, if it's a current situation, a conversation needs to be had. If this person is still in the living, you can have this conversation face to face. If this person has passed on, you can still have the conversation. You can either speak out loud to them or you can write it all down, and believe me, they hear you. And you can communicate with them that way. And for some people here, this is definitely the situation because I'm itching all over. But if this is a relationship and you have felt like there's been a lot of arguments and, you know, you're talking money right now and you're thinking, well, they're going to give me a lot of money and then this thing is over and I'm out of here. I'm moving on. I'm getting the heck out of here. I'm going a long way away. Totally could be that. Justice card here could be about going to court, divorce court. Your story's not done until the conversation's been had, until everything's final. So make sure that if there is something you want to say, say it. If there's something you need to say, say it. Don't leave things hanging there so that they come back later and they're like, just make a clean, swift cut. Cut it out, right? Let it go. Boom, done. It's over. Right? Don't let this hang on. That's not healthy. There's something that needs to be said, find a way to say it. And with Mercury getting ready to go retrograde, I just want to make sure that's only one. Okay, there we go. Oh, yeah. All right. Yes, you need to speak up. Oh, and you need a sense of humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. So whatever this is, this tragic situation of either an ending of a relationship, surgery that is, you know, requires you being in laughter is the best medicine, right? Or so a relationship where someone has passed on. Remember the good stuff about them because humor is important. But here we have courage and self-esteem. I find the inner strength to face fears with confidence. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So standing in your self-confidence, having the courage to do what needs to be done, speaking up, having the conversations. But look for the lighter side of it. I mean, everything doesn't have to be such difficult energy. You can choose your attitude, and they're suggesting very strongly that you choose to find the humor wherever possible. In some situations, that might be really hard. So look for other things that bring in the joy and the laughter. You know, if you need to, if you're all stressed out, go down to the park, watching the kids play, see what crazy things they do. Just be present right there in the moment. And if you see something funny, go ahead and let yourself smile or laugh about it. So the humor that you are choosing to engage in doesn't have to be about what's going on in your life. Look for it in other situations if that's what you need to do to allow the laughter in. And the advice for what kind of an action to take, you have ancient, awakening ancient wisdom. Deep inner knowing is emerging within me. There's a lesson. This is about lessons. There is a lesson in this situation for you. Maybe the unfinished symphony is from a past lifetime, and now justice, karmic justice is happening, and you're going to recognize this with this, oh my gosh, I'm so okay on the money for somebody. So you might have had a very karmic relationship with somebody in this lifetime because you were carrying forward all this karmic energy from the past, and now you are finishing this up. Justice is going to be served. You're going to be moving forward, and you're going to be cutting off this, like you're transforming and transmuting that energy. Asking St. Michael to help you cut any cords of negative energy in your life. Really great place to start. If you think that you were involved in some kind of a karmic relationship. It could be a business karmic relationship. It doesn't have to be your intimate partnership. It could be with a family member. It really doesn't feel like business. I have to say, if that tree is sitting there, that feels like deep-rooted family stuff. And so, yes, past life karmic issues might be finally being resolved. Awakening ancient wisdom. Deep inner knowing is emerging within me. I think that you are recognizing that this was just karma resolving. Black obsidian is really good for healing, but that's not what it's talking about. It says, I pay attention to what's going on around me and within me. I am attentive. So, yes, around me and in me. So this feels, again, like karmic stuff, but paying attention to details if you are going through a divorce and you want it to be fair. Make sure you're paying attention to details. And we have Emerald. I earn unlimited income doing what I love. I am successful in all my pursuits. That is this card right here. So having the courage and the self-esteem to pursue something, to maybe go ahead and quit that family business to go out on your own and pursue your own job, your own career. Yes. Whatever is happening right now, big transformation. Big transformation. So, I mean, with these cards in the future, this moving forward and this big transformation with this scythe as the overall energy, it is the ending, the cutting out of some aspect to move things forward. But it feels karmic and it feels like justice will be served. So have the courage to stand up for yourself, dig deep for this self-esteem, and move yourself forward. But it looks promising. It really does. All right, Gemini, you take care. We will talk soon. Be sure to leave a comment if you want to be entered into the drawing for the free reading, and we'll see you soon.